Oh, good evening, viewers. My name is Solomon Were. I'm glad you could join us, and this is Civil Life. Civil Life is a community-based organization that is intended, it's really given to saving lives, medical intervention, educational assistance, and helping people with their livelihoods. And that is why we are here tonight. And you know what? We take people to hospital. We build people houses. We help the underprivileged to get their footing back in life again. And there is a man behind that. There is a man behind that, working behind the scenes, checking on them, following up on them, you know, highlighting those stories and bringing them to the fore so that people may partner with us to changing those lives. His name is none other than Joseph Murimi. We're glad to have you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Wow. And it's interesting. It's interesting what you are doing.
Thank you.
Still saving lives?
Still transforming lives.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
I mean, I have worked with Joseph Murimi for years now. His passion for livelihoods, his passion for the suffering, his passion for the sick, the needy, and the dying is way out of this world. Joseph, how do you manage to do this?
Thank you. For me, I can say it's a calling, and I can say I was born to serve. Yeah.
Wow. How many lives have you saved?
So far, we have supported over 940
940 patients.
Yes, and we have also trained young people in photography and videography and computer literacy, over 200 and 500, 2,500 young people. So basically what we do, we also transform young people. What do? We empower them with skills. Apart from helping the sick, we also work with young people. And what we say normally, we say that our main business is transforming lives. We are glad and we are happy doing this.
Yes, Joseph, you know, I've watched you. There are many people who help the sick and do medical interventions for the sick, but that is the end. But I've seen you follow up the sick, you know, helping them and following them up to see that after they've recovered, their hospital bill is paid. If it is surgery they need, it has been performed on them, and following them up to see that, you know, there's sustainability.
And yes, just to add on that, you remember we also empower them. That is, we also set small businesses for them.
Yes.
So after now, because taking them for surgery is one thing, then we also consider what next. So what we normally do, we normally start a small business for them.
Yes.
And I can tell you for sure, we are indeed transforming lives.
You know, I've witnessed a case that you did in Nakuru, and this lady has several sick children, and she's too poor. She cannot take care of the children. She cannot take them to school, and some of them are disabled, completely, you know, not able to move. And you helped build the house, partnered with people to build her house, take the children to hospital, and for almost 8 months you've been following up to see that they occupy the new shelter.
Exactly.
Where do you get the patience to do that?
and to be specific on that, lady, she's called Martha Wanchiro. We did her a house. We took the young boy to the hospital. It's called Samuel. Then we're also working towards starting a small business for her. Also, for the time being, we have been feeding the family. And basically, where we get strength, I can say, is as I said earlier, I think is a calling to serve. Yeah, and when we talk about service to humanity, what inspires us is, as a Christian and also to Muslims, talk about love. Love being the greatest of all. So what inspires us is love, because Christ is talking about love. How do you share that love? You share that love through helping the needy. So basically I can say that it has been a good experience, as well as fulfilling. And I can tell you for sure that through doing this, people have seen what we are doing, and they have joined what we are doing, and we get a lot of support from Kenyans. You know, Kenyans love each other, and they love supporting their own.
Especially if they see that their support is going to the right cause, and that, you know, there's a report that comes out, accountability, so to speak.
Exactly.
There is accountability, and they're seeing that whatever they sacrificed really helped that person who was in need.
Exactly, exactly. And I can say, because what we do, we work with the patient, yeah? Then after taking them to the hospital, we also do follow-ups, because we need to, you supported, we need to show you what we did with the money. So basically, over it's quite some time, because we have done this for over 10 years now, and you find that there are those people who have been supporting us, working with us, because we have built that credibility. People are able to see what we are doing, and they love what you are doing. And I can tell you for sure, having started from a very humble background, but now here we are.
And Joseph, you know, I can tell this for sure, that, you know, we thank God for your humility.
Thank you.
It takes a lot of humility to go down to the suffering. For example, I was just watching you highlighting a story of a lady, a child who from the coast who was burnt all over, 70% burns, and the body is smelling, and you're there talking to them, carrying the baby, and, you know, being there with them, giving them words of encouragement. This is very humble of you. Is it anything to do with your background?
I can say, you know, normally, you know how God prepares you. Like in the Bible, you understand the story of Joseph. And Joseph has this dream, a bigger dream. But you know, there was a process, because he was a slave, he went to prison, but he had this big dream.
Yes.
Then he became second in command, prime minister in Egypt. So I can say that I come from a very humble background. And I can tell you for sure, I confirm to you that God was preparing me to do this work. To
feel with the brokenhearted, to feel with the downtrodden.
Exactly, exactly. Having born and raised by a single mom, and it was tough. It was tough. Born in Githurai and raised in Githurai, and I can tell you for sure, I understand. When I walk with these people, I understand how it means sleeping hungry, how it means sleeping when you're sick, having in mind that you need to be at the hospital, but you don't have finances. You can't afford it. Yes, I understand the pain of seeing your parent being sick. You don't have money to take him or her to the hospital. I understand the pain of sleeping hungry, sleeping outside. I understand the pain of going to school barefooted. I understand the pain of being poor. I understand the pain of lacking a coin in your pocket. So, and I can say, so when I'm working with these people, I build this relationship with them. I build love with them. And I do this knowing that this is serving God. I do this knowing that this is an opportunity God has given me to serve Him, because I believe the greatest thing that you can do in this world is to serve God.
Oh yes.
Through serving these people.
Oh yes. Yeah. And you find a lot of fulfillment in serving.
Exactly.
And now you are inviting, through Save a Life, you're inviting all and sundry also to experience the joy and the fulfillment of partnering with Save a Life in order to rescue a child, to rescue the elderly, to help those people who are sleeping outside, those people who have nothing. I mean, Joseph, how do you do this? You do this week after week after week after week, and you don't get tired.
You know, it is amazing. It's amazing how, you know, how God's work. And when God gives you, assigns you a role to play, He'll give you strength. And you know what? Kenyans have come on board. That's why I'm also calling partners, corporates, to come so that we can do this work.
Oh yes.
Of serving God.
Oh wow.
Doesn't and humanity doesn't know the color of your skin,
no
the
tribe,
the race. It's all about helping humanity.
Yes. Not even the country you come from.
Exactly.
Humanity is humanity,
Exactly.
and it has the same value before
Exactly.
God.
Exactly. And you know what? Far from serving God, psychologically, is very helpful.
Yes.
When you help someone, you feel good.
Fulfilled,
Exactly.
refreshed,
Exactly.
and you get a lot of hope that, I've contributed. I'm sure my tomorrow will be better.
Exactly.
In one way or another. So you're inviting people to feel the kind of fulfillment that there is
Exactly.
in touching the
Yes.
underprivileged.
Exactly.
Someone who has no way of paying you.
And you know what? Sometimes I normally get calls, especially when you do a follow-up. And
Yes.
maybe you highlighted someone who was sick and people supported. And when you do the follow-up, they normally call me. I thank God that I was able to participate in saving this life. You feel good and you feel joy. Joy that comes from inner side. When you help someone and you feel that, this person has succeeded. The surgery went well. You feel good because, as I say, service to humanity, service to God.
Yes, it's very interesting, Joseph, how, being the director of Save a Life community-based organization, it amazes me how at times you host in your own place the people who are sick. They come to your place like it's a ward or something, and they have all manner of sicknesses that are life-threatening sicknesses, and you host them in your house. You hold crying babies and babies who are deformed and who are suffering, who have wounds all over, have been burnt all over, and you add your own money, you look for your own money to take them to hospital before anyone intervenes or before anyone partners with you. This must be passion.
It's passion. And I can tell you for sure, a calling. Let's call it a calling, because something that I can say is something that normally I just do it from inside. And I'm grateful that my wife has come to join me.
Oh
in
yes,
what we do.
You have a supportive wife.
Exactly.
In the name of Juliet Murimi.
Exactly.
Yes, I know her.
Exactly.
I mean, she's wonderful.
She's amazing.
You can't do this kind of work with a complaining wife.
That's true. That's true. So, as you said, that we normally host people when maybe they need to go to hospital in Nairobi and I'm here, and maybe they're coming from Kisumu or maybe Turkana,
Mombasa.
Yes, we do host them because, Pastor, let me ask a question. If God has given you something, that means God has blessed you with that, either maybe a skill or maybe finances. So that is not only for yourself, but to share with others. And people should know this, that if God has blessed you with more, it's not only for you and your family, but be a blessing to other people. I confirm to you that when you give,
yes,
God adds more.
When you give, you receive.
Exactly.
And there is something that someone needs to receive today, that it only requires giving.
Amen.
And they will receive more than what they need to receive.
True. That's true.
Wow, that is wonderful, Joseph. And I like your passion for education, because I've seen you take people back to school who, without that kind of intervention, they would be called dropouts. And you not only do that. Is it because you yourself you're pursuing PhD in leadership? I mean, you seem not to have enough of education. Is that the reason why maybe you feel like no one should drop out? No one should.
And adding on that, we have a center where we train young people who cannot afford to go to university. We have a center where we train young people in photography, in videography, in computer literacy for free.
For free.
We have classes Monday to Saturday, every day. We have lecturers coming in to train them. That means someone, having being born in Kitorai from a very humble background, someone believed in me. And you know my story, how I did
yes.
my exam, KCSE exam,
yes.
From a very humble background, because I don't know, I never went to sit in a high school setup.
Yes.
I went to a center
It was
within
very
2
hard
years
for you.
I did that exam. I went to college, and as you know what how I have been moving.
When others were in secondary school sitting for classes, you were looking for food.
Doing titration, and I understand there is that lab and all that.
Yes, you were looking for food.
To get that, to get such a setup. So, because I understand, I met someone because I believe I met a guy who was called Hyoyong. And this guy believed in me. He told me, you know what, you're passionate about media, come, I'll train you. And here I am.
Wow.
Here I am. And that's why now I understand.
Here you are.
The power of holding someone's hand and walking with him.
That person.
The power of helping each other. But you know what? Because of love. That God has planted something. Because I believe everyone has love in his heart. Maybe what they don't understand is how to share it.
Yes.
But how do you share?
Yes.
You don't need to have a lot to share. What God has given you. And I want to appreciate people who have been supporting Save a Life, because we normally get as low as 5 shilling, as long as 10 shilling, 20 shilling, 30 shilling, 50 shilling. But you understand how much that 50 shilling, that 10 shilling does a lot. It does wonders. Because putting the 10 shillings together, we are able to do a lot. And there are those people who understand the power of working together, the power of helping each other. That synergy. Because you can imagine, if we were doing this alone, we could be able to pull what we are pulling today. But today, we are nationwide. We are at Kisumu, we are at Mombasa, Kitale, all over the country, moving, doing God's work. And
throughout the week you receive calls. Your phone is ringing off the hook. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for helping this mama. Thank you for helping that child. He would now be dead. She would now be dead. Thank you for this. Thank you for this.
And you know what? Getting the calls from down there.
Yes.
Getting the call from up there in the State House.
Yes.
All
of them.
All of them. You're getting the calls from all over.
Recognizing
the bottom end. Is it bottom end? Bottom up.
Bottom up.
I don't know. But we're getting calls from all over.
Wow,
because of the work that we are doing. People are recognizing what Save a Life is doing.
That is true.
And indeed, you are a witness.
Yes, know what I am a witness, and you are a transformative leader, my friend. You are a transformative leader, and it's one thing to be a leader. It's one thing to, to be a great mobilizer. It's quite another to be a humble leader. A leader who can associate with people at the lowest cadre and, trust in them, just like you've said, to raise them up and make them, convert them into other transformative people. And your PhD, is it still in leadership?
Of course, yes, I'm doing leadership. I did my master's in leadership.
Yes.
So I'm still doing the same. And basically, I continue to sharpen myself so that I can continue transforming my community. And I want to thank Park University because far from doing Save a Life work, I volunteer in doing this. But my main work is I work at Park University as a senior studio technician. And basically, I want to salute Professor Margaret Muthui for supporting what I do, because the university believes in, building leaders.
Yes.
Part of their mission is to build Christian leaders who will go out there and transform communities. And that is what I'm doing. I'm indeed doing what Park taught me to do. And I salute Professor Muthui for his Vice Chancellor. And I have also learned a lot from the former Vice Chancellor, not the former Chancellor, who is
it Oginde?
Oginde, Bishop Oginde.
Yes.
And I have learned a lot from him as a leader. So being at Park University, it has molded me. It has made me who I am today. And I'm happy for the university and for the leadership at the university. And I'll continue serving with them. And you know what? And for supporting my work, because I'm here doing what I'm doing today because of them. And I have come to, and that's why I'm doing my leadership, my PhD in leadership, because I have come to realize that, as a leader, your work is to influence. So
continue improving yourself
Exactly.
and influence other people for improvement.
Exactly, exactly. And my area is transforming others because I'm a transformative leader.
You're a transformative leader, having benefited from transformation which someone invested in you.
Exactly.
And now you are encouraging people to invest in others. Now,
exactly.
that is Joseph Murimi for you. That is Joseph Murimi for you, a very humble, transformative leader. And he's doing great work with Save a Life. Save a Life is now being recognized globally. It's now being recognized all over the world, and people are looking at this young man who grew up in humble surrounding of Githurai 45 and is now reaching out to all and sundry, transforming lives from low cadre to whichever cadre, and many people are seeing a sense in investing and being part of what Joseph Murimi is doing. Before we close this up, Joseph Murimi,
yes,
who is Joseph Murimi besides outside Save a Life and outside Park University?
First, Joseph Murimi is a believer. I'm a strong believer. I'm a husband to someone who I know to be.
I know your wife. I know your wife. And I can attest that she's female.
And she's an amazing woman, yeah?
Yes.
So I'm also a father to 3.
Two lovely daughters and
Exactly.
one baby boy. Yeah. The lovely daughters, they usually say, my boys are dark and yours are light. So maybe by the grace of God. Go ahead.
First one is promise, peace, and keep Langat.
Keep Langat, yes.
And I'm also a lecturer at Park University. Then, as I said, I work at Park University as a senior studio technician, and I can say, as I said earlier, that being at Park has been amazing thing in my life, and it has made me who I am. What I'm doing today,
yes,
I want to thank the management, the leadership at the university, and to be specific, Professor Margaret Muthui. She's doing amazing work in building leaders.
Godly leaders.
Godly leaders who are indeed transforming communities. So, and I want to thank Park University. And Park is where leaders are made. So if you want to do leadership, if you want to better yourself, as I did, Park University is a place to be. Let them come to Park University. It's an amazing place. It's amazing. It's amazing family. Again, you'll meet amazing family. Then it's amazing. I can say maybe what I want to say is that it's amazing space.
Yes.
It's amazing space.
Yes.
And
amazing people, amazing environment.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So that is who Joseph is, born and raised in Githurai. The other day I was training and I was saying from Githurai to the world, and that's where we are heading.
Yes.
I think we are doing good.
Yes.
We are doing good. Having started from a humble beginning in Githurai, and now we are here doing amazing work to serve God.
Beautiful,
and
Joseph.
I promise you, we'll continue doing this as far as God allow us to do this. Because what I say and what I confirm to you is that, normally I'm a tool to share the gospel. So if God tells me go this direction, I follow.